Hey everyone, Colin once again, and welcome back to the final review for Halloween month. And once again, not once again, but I would say Happy Halloween, Happy Halloween. Get your cautions, your candies, and so ending on a good positive note, like I did, because instead of I know this month's been full of rants, but ending on a good positive note though, like the Pope says I liked, so now. Ending on this month on a good one, another good one, I would say. And it's a cartoon special, well, live action / cartoon. Although I will love to. I never got a chance to review the film, but sorry. But I will eventually review because it's one of my personal favorite horror films. But of course, the film I never got to a chance to review is the Blair Witch Project, because I love the Blair Witch Project. It's a great horror film, and for what time when it was released, huge. Launched pretty much the found footage genre from the upcoming years, massive hit, and of course the film got parodied a whole bunch of lots, so including shortly a few months after the film was released, it got parodied into a Scooby Doo short film called, which I'll be reviewing now, is of the Scooby Doo Project. Yeah, so the Scooby Doo Project, yes, it's parodied off the Blair Witch Project, and I thought it was very for about 20 minutes at most. It was a very fun short film. It shows instead of three film students, right, like from our characters in the Blair Witch Project, it's the Scooby Gang. They're going out into the woods trying to find a monster, right, and they get lost in the woods. And in the short film, it plays out exactly like the Blair Witch Project, right? They go in the woods, they get lost, they argue amongst each other, being paranoid. Getting lost, getting upset, just like how it was with our three characters from the movie, right? And I thought it was very clever. It's in the short film. It's live action, real settings, real people, real settings, right? It's just the gang is the only thing that they're animated, right? I thought it was a very good use of blending of animation and real scenery and stuff, right? Like. Of course, the real things they use they got a van that's actually a real mystery machine, and even a real box of Scooby snacks, right? So yeah, I thought it was a very clever way they do it. I think if how they parody Blair Witch Project, it's one of the very much better parodies they did of Blair Witch Project. So I really enjoyed the short movie. So getting playing off like the Blair Witch Project. But anyway, get into it when they're starting. It opens up with them, because Velma is most of the one who's holding the camera most of the time. Introducing to everyone. And when she calls Shaggy by his real name, Norville, I was like, hey, I don't go by that name. That's always a fun poke fun of that. Shows like they're standing behind an actual real mystery machine, and showing like a real box of Scooby snacks they're taking for the trip. And so they're going around town, which I think was called Casper County. I think it's named after one of the writers of this short film, because there's three directors on here, and I thought they all did a good job as well. So making the movie, but as saying, they're interviewing people. They're giving different descriptions of how the monster is. And like another funny one where they interview this one guy who's hiking, right? He's not from these parts, right? And he's like, "Say, you guys look familiar. Yeah, you're the sleuth thing. You're the gang who solves mysteries. Monsters. You're cartoons." And they're like, "Huh?" that was pretty funny. And they go up to this one woman asking, "Have you seen the monster?" And then the old woman's like, "Don't go in those woods. No one's ever seen it. It's no one's ever seen the monster," and stuff like that. And then they cuss them driving, and Shaggy's like, "Well, I bet she's never seen a real dentist either." The jokes that I thought was pretty funny. Or another good poke fun of the of the fourth wall breaking, right, where they're driving and Shaggy's pointing out, these don't look like our normal woods. What do you mean? They look so realistic. Yeah, so that's a poke fun, fourth wall break in there because it is an actual, because like I said, they're the only animated characters in a live action setting. So that was pretty good, and it was pretty good showcasing the whole. I said they filmed it in Canada, so it's the nice showing of the woods, in this place in Canada. So, and so they get there, they leave the mystery machine, they're setting up their tents. They see a small graveyard, and then they're getting suspicious that they hear some noises, and just like in the Blair Witch Project, they're getting paranoid, they're fighting amongst each other, blame each other, right? Just like how our characters was in the Blair Witch Project. And like they show the map and they fold open a real map and it shows a dotted line and an X. And then just like the Blair Witch Project, where's the map? I thought I gave you the map, And then Shaggy and Scooby ate it. And it's like, because it was useless. It was useless anyway. And so then they hear more noises. And the monster are bumping against their tent. And it's like Scooby saying, Shaggy, you and Scooby make a distraction, like pretend you guys are doctors and you need to go to the hospital. I forget what that joke was, but then Shaggy's like, we're in the middle of the woods, where are we gonna find a gurney? Just improvise. So and then they find just like in the Blair Witch Project, how they find all these small little mountains of rocks. Here they find a little mountain of Scooby snacks. Shaggy doesn't want to eat because they might think they're stale, but Scooby ends up eating it. It's like, Scooby, did you put those there? And they find footprints, but it's actually footprints from them though. They've been walking in circles. So, and they're more lost. They're now fully lost in the woods, and they're trying to figure out how to get out. And then they hear a familiar voice. They hear Scrappy, Uncle Scooby. And it's funny they all freak out and they just run away when they hear him because they don't want to deal with him. I thought that was also funny too. Now, for the record, to me Scrappy was not that bad of a character. I mean, I've seen a lot of worse characters. I understand why people don't like Scrappy. Although it was a very clever use how they used him in the Scooby Doo movie, right? How the little twist how he ends up being the actual bad guy. That was a fun twist. But I never thought that Scrappy was a bad character, I mean, I grew up with Scrappy. I haven't watched full lot with him in it though. I remember the time he was with him, Scooby, and Daphne was along with them. I never thought that Scrappy was a bad character though, but I just thought the funny joke is that they hear him, they just run away until he finds them, and he's like, now that I'm here, we'll give that ghost a little taste of puppy power. And when they hear the monster noise, Scrappy runs off into the woods towards it, and they just go and book him and they just leave him behind. That was funny too, until they come up to this abandoned house, and then when they turn on the radio, they hear one of the songs from the Scooby Doo episode, which I know that song. I hear 7 days a week now. That was the song that was from the episode when they were with the caveman. Yeah, because I remember the episode that was with the Scooby Doo's Frozen Fright with the caveman. 7 days. Yeah, that was one little knob that was playing when they turn on the radio. Then they get chased by the monster, which they go upstairs, and then of course they have where they're in the hallway. They go to several different doors, each person out of order while Velma's filming, and to get the nod from the ending of the Blair Witch Project where Velma finds Shaggy in a corner. Right, he's like, "I'm scared, man." Of course, there was your poke fun of the ending of the Blair Witch, where they finally catch the monster and it's some random guy. His reasoning, because it's Halloween. It's Halloween time to scare people, right? But they say, "Well, what were you doing in the woods?" And he's like, "Woods." Right? I mean, what were you doing in that graveyard? I was like, "Graveyard?" and then the actual monster pops up from the window, and that's when the camera drops. And then the aftermath, where it shows what the police report shows the missing posters of the Scooby Gang. So, which that was it was a fun ending. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed the short film. Sorry, give me a second here. Sorry, I was texting somebody. I got a text. So, but yeah, I enjoyed this little short film. It got a lot of praise. I think it won Yeah, it won an Annie Award, not Academy, an Annie Award for Outstanding Animated Special Project. That was nice. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this short film. It was very fun. I would say it's one of the better parodies of the Blair Witch Project. And I thought it was used a good blending of how the characters are in an actual live action setting. And the voice actors, of course, they do a good job as well. Like Frank Welker, once again as Freddy, he was good. B.J. Ward at the time, who was voicing Velma, she was good, and Mary Kay Bergman, who sadly was now passed away by now. So, who voiced Daphne, I thought she once again did a good job as well. And Scott Innes, during this time, he especially from the first couple of animated movies, like from Scooby Doo and Zombie Island and The Witch's Ghost, right? He voiced Shaggy and Scooby, right? And he also voiced Scrappy in this as well too. But during the time, like the first two animated movies, he voiced Shaggy as well. He voiced Shaggy, Scooby. Because usually Frank Welker, he also voices Freddy and Scooby at the same time though. But I thought he did a good job otherwise, Scott Innes. So it was a very fun short movie. I enjoyed it, you know. Although, now I think about it, it's never, even though it's a short movie, but it never got a DVD release. I don't think. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube because that's where I found it. Yes, but it never got a DVD release. Sad to say. I would gladly pick that up, but you can find it on YouTube. So just go type it in. It's right there on YouTube. So. But I really enjoyed it. You know, it was a very fun parody of the Blair Witch Project because it came at a time when Blair Witch Project was hyped during the summer, and so they decided to make a parody using the Scooby Gang. You know, which I thought was so you do it like that at the right time, at the right time, and in the right year and right time, right? Because Blair Witch Project was hot during that time, and shortly afterwards they decided to do that. And I thought the directors did a good job as well. That's a nice blending of the anime of make our characters in the actual live action setting. Nice shot of good location of the woods. The little jokes I liked as well. So. It was a fun short movie, and I'm glad. And this is why I'm ending it here on Halloween on a very positive note, you know. But aside from all the rants I did this month, so. But yeah, I enjoyed the I was gonna say Blair Witch Project, but I'll have to review that some other time though, for next year. But how much I love the Blair Witch Project. It's one of my favorite horror films. And but hopefully I'll finally get to it next year though, because that's one I've been longing to review, but. Oh well. But it was a fun parody of this from the Scooby Doo Project. It was fun. But that's my review for the Scooby Doo Project, the short film. But once again, happy Halloween to everybody, And we'll see you next time. And we'll continue on for more episode reviews and more regular movie reviews, I could try to say. So, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.